Hey folks, and good afternoon. It's Mike here from Mike and Bernie's website. We're going to do the initial video here for the Kennedy Cut construction. As you can see, I've just started the video, and we're at the bottom of the cut here, just pulling away from starting everything up. You can see here in a sec just how bad this road is at the moment. The first sign there says it gets narrow, and it does. As you can see to the right, it is rock face right to the pavement. Standard lane width, and then the barrier. So there's almost no shoulder. And as we start up the hill here, it does say to stay at 30 kilometers an hour, and they're right, it is some pretty sharp corners. This is one of the corners here as we get around it. This is where the truckers have to go across the yellow line when they're going uphill, otherwise the trailers will hit the rocks. Another spot here, very thin. You can probably see a little bit of water there as well. When it rains, it can be a raging torrent down this, and it can be very dangerous trying to get up it. The cars, even at slow speed, will hydroplane on occasion. And we quite often get a lot of water coming down off the rock face. So as we get up a little farther here, another little bit of a corner. This one's not so bad. There's a little room there. The one you can see right in front here, we're about to go around right past that standing water. So this one right here, that's another one where the truckers have to kind of take it wide. And it thins out, or it widens out here a little bit, although there's some ditching there where you can see the little pegs. There's quite a bit of water sitting there, so that's all going to get changed. I think this is about where the pullout's going to go in. There's one off to the left there, but it's not very good. It's quite a drop off the pavement. And we're just about to the end of the uphill. As you can see, the road is in pretty poor condition. This next turn coming up, it is a fairly hard to the right, but it is not too bad if you're not too quick to get around it. And just off the left, there is another bit of a pull out there, but again, it's a fair drop off to the left. You can see some more spots here where the road is pretty rough. You can probably see it in the video. Where that car just went through is a really bad spot. It's been patched a couple times, as you can see, and it is already starting to fail out. Where that truck is off to the left, I think that's where they're stopping, but I'm not quite sure. That's where I had the waypoint on the GPS. Just go a little bit farther here. I did have a vehicle behind me during taping. I'm just going to go a little bit farther here and off to the left. And yes, I know I'm crossing a double solid, but just off to the left here, once we straighten out, just past that sign off to the left, I'm going to pull in there and turn around. Of course, I've got to stop for a sec because a couple things I've got to do on the plotting program as we go around, and just to check and make sure I don't have any traffic behind me. Okay, so I'm going to back up a little bit here. It's a little better angle coming around. And the problem there is that is a blind spot where that 30 sign is, so I'm kind of risking having to stick my nose out to see what's going on, but there was no traffic, so I was able to get going right away. So again, right where that pickup truck is there off to our right now, I think that's roughly where it's going to stop. I'm just going by what the mapping says. That sign there says, yeah, the trucks have to take it wide due to the rock face. This is a really bad spot in here. It'll bend most truck frames, or light duty truck frames there. So we're going to start the downhill portion. As you can see, the road there is starting to break apart, so it really needs repair. It is a fairly steep, I think it's about 12%. I'd have to go check that. There was a pullout that just went by off the right. Again, I wouldn't use it. Got a little spot there, if you're quick enough. Just coming up on our right, just past the barrier, there is another pull out there. Again, there's a bit of a drop off. There's a spot there you can pull out if you have to, and the sign to say we're narrowing down. As you can see, the road is still in rough shape, and it is getting worse. Those of you who remember the ambulance that we lost a few years ago, was right off to our right there is where they went over. And they're still not sure why. Anyway, as you can see, the rock face is right up almost to the road. So now we're going to start the downhill portion here. And again, you can see how narrow it is. and very windy from the way it was set up. So you can see water flowing down. Wasn't too bad, but a good rainstorm. Again, this would be a raging torrent. And you can see a propane truck coming. Had he been a little closer, I would have stopped and waited at the top, because obviously you don't want him to hit the rocks. I was in communication with him as he was coming up and I was going down. But anyway, folks, that's about it for the initial run. As you can see, just the bridge here, the bear off to the left, there's a creek there, TR19 bridge. I think that's where they're going to start. I'm just going to dive off to the right here so I can shut the video down and carry on with my day. Anyway, hope you enjoyed, guys, and I'll bring you further videos as we go. Thanks, and good luck with your drives.